The 2022 season is off and running. We've got all the biggest stories and top performances from 22.1 coming up on Game Central. Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Game Central presented by GOWOD, the official mobility partner of the Noble CrossFit Games. And before we dive into the action from week number 1, we want to address the ongoing conflict going on in Ukraine, and CrossFit has released an official statement on the matter saying, CrossFit unequivocally condemns the Russian military's actions in Ukraine, and our hearts go out to the innocent people whose lives and safety have been put at risk. We will separate our events and our sport from the national actors involved, but we will continue to support our independent affiliate owners, coaches, and athletes within our global community. The CrossFit Open is a global test of fitness run by thousands of small and independent gyms worldwide with nearly 300,000 athletes already taking part in competition. We will not recognize the governments of Russia or Belarus throughout the season, and we will remove Russian and Belarusian flags and names from the profiles of individual and team competitors. CrossFit will also cease licensing or producing competitions in the aforementioned countries until further notice. Well, the first week of the 2022 Noble CrossFit Games season is officially behind us, and I think after the initial open announcement, a lot of attention was given to those wall walks because they showed up for the first time last season and again at the games. But I gotta be honest, and I don't know if you agree with me on this, after the first couple of rounds, it was actually my legs and lungs that were screaming at me and asking to speak to the manager. But you know who didn't have a problem with that workout? Mal O'Brien and Victor Lundahl. They both notched, unofficially at this point, the top 2 scores for both the men and women. Mal O'Brien, 392 as an 18-year-old and the Rookie of the Year from 2021 at the Games, and Lundahl, 390, both breaking the 13-round barrier, that ever-elusive barrier for the top scores in this particular workout. For the women, it is Mal O'Brien. What more can you say about her? A year after bursting onto the scene as a 17-year-old teenager, at 18 years old, she can both now legally vote and add unofficially a first ever worldwide open workout to her resume. In 2021, she opened the season with a 4th worldwide in 21.1. And now this season, to open it off, she got the hype train moving yet again, and it's pretty much at terminal velocity by notching the top score overall for the women. On the men's side, Victor Lundahl, the name may not ring a bell. Last season was the first time he managed to advance past the Open, but he did finish 76th worldwide in 2021. He was 19th in Europe before taking 78th in the European quarters. But in 22.1, he struck gold with what is by far his best Open performance to date. Let's take a look now at the other top scorers globally for the women. Now remember, these results are still unofficial, but the top of the leaderboard is littered with Games athletes. See some familiar names like Emma Carey, Tia-Clair Toomey bouncing back from her bobsled season, has no problem so far. Karin Freyova, a retired Kristen Holta, and Emily Rolfe, all Games veterans as well. But really, what stands out to me is Gabby Magawa. She has just been in fuego this past calendar year. 6th at the Games, she podiums at Rogue, she podiums at Dubai, and now she opens the 2022 campaign with her best ever finish in an open workout, taking 2nd behind Mal and being one of only 3 individuals to crack 13 rounds. Moving over to the men's side and the top scores unofficially after week 1, it's a similar story. We see some familiar names: Cedric Lapointe, Saxon Panchik, Justin Medeiros, your Games champion from last year, and your overall winner from the Open in 2021. Jeffrey Adler has a strong finish inside the top 10. The 2 young men I want to focus on that really stood out to me, Dallin Pepper and James Sprague. 2 20-year-olds who competed at the Games together as teens, made semifinals together, and competed last year at the West Coast Classic. They're basically best friends. They moved down to Naples, Florida, along with the Brute crew this season, alongside Emma Carey, Phil Toon, and some other notable names as well, and both tied on 22.1 with 369 reps, which is good enough for 6th worldwide. Switching over now to the age group divisions, as a member of the age groups myself, these are your unofficial leaders after 22.1 in each division. Josh Strange, Lucy McGonigal holding things down in the 14 to 15 division. Emma Lawson might go individual, but in the very least, she has the top score for 16 to 17. And all the way in the 65 plus, John Mariotti and Therese Holgate throwing down some strong scores to kick off their CrossFit Games season. But one that really stood out to me, in the 50 to 54 division, Cheryl Brose, 51 years old, puts up the top score in that division with no workout adjustments, same dumbbell, same box jump requirements as the RX division. She gets 10 plus rounds in change. She's battled back from an Achilles rupture back in 2013 as an individual. She's qualified for the games in 3 different divisions, including podiums in 2 masters divisions and back-to-back titles in the 45 to 49 division. And now it looks like she could be poised to make another run in what would be her 3rd age group division. Moving on now to the adaptive divisions and some of the top scores across the various divisions. You're going to see some familiar names, some athletes who showed it big in Madison for the first time and took home the top spot. Casey Ackrey, Brett Horchar, Alexis Reed, champions in their respective divisions in 2021. But one athlete I want to focus on, Valerie Cohen. She notched 14 plus rounds in the women's lower extremity. She unofficially has the top time so far. And even going back to last season, in 2021, she had 8 event wins in 9 events total at the games. She only had 1 finish that wasn't first, and it was a 3rd. Last year, though, she didn't win a single open workout, and now she gets to potentially add that little feather to the cap as she puts up the top score in 22.1 overall. So big ups to Valerie there. Looking forward now to week number 2 of the Open and the 22.2 announcement. We've got 2 matchups again on tap for you, starting with 2 top 5 men from the 2021 games. Justin Medeiros and Saxon Panchik will be going head to head. Medeiros is obviously the reigning champ, but Saxon Panchik had his best career finish, finishing in the top 5, 5th overall last year. Both are relatively young, 25 years or younger, and they both have multiple games experience and multiple finishes inside the top 10 overall. And more importantly, looking at this matchup specifically, they finished fairly close on the leaderboard together. Both were top 6 globally in 21.1, only finished 6 seconds apart on that one. And they were only a few seconds apart in 21.2, so I really think this has a potential to be an explosive matchup. And even though Saxon Panchik beat Justin 3 out of the 4 open workouts last year, I think we've seen a new and improved Justin Medeiros from last season, and he could carry that over into week 2. Just like last week, we have a second matchup on tap as well, pairing 2 women who were on the podium at the CrossFit Games last year, albeit in different divisions. Laura Horvath, your reigning 2nd fittest woman on earth as an individual. Emma Lawson, the reigning champ in the 16 to 17 teenage girls division at the games last year. Lawson looking to maybe follow in the footsteps of Mal O'Brien and Emma Carey to qualify as an individual before her teenage time is done. And both have multiple podium finishes in their respective divisions and multiple appearances at the games. Looking at this matchup as a whole, I think this could be another barn burner. Last year in the Open, both of these athletes split. They each won 2 workouts apiece when going head to head. And in week number 1, Lawson, the youngster, got the better of Horvath. So I don't think it's a done deal that Laura Horvath is going to run away with this, and we could see the emergence of another young star. You can catch both of those matchups going down live on the 22.2 live announcement special taking place this Thursday, March 3rd. Action kicks off officially at 12 p.m. Pacific. If you feel so inclined, you can tune in a little bit early, catch the official pre-show as well. If you guys want to lend a hand in your affiliate, remember you can still sign up for the judges course. Go lay the no rep hammer down on some of your friends and family and fellow boxmates as well. That's going to do it for this edition of Game Central. Best of luck in 22.2. I'm Tommy Marquez, and I'll see you guys next time.